Good morning, Mission CrossFit. Dr. Bo here with Johann, and talking about sumo deadlift. So I'm having him lay down, and you can actually see I think he's a little bit tight through the hips. But when he lays down, he relaxes. Can you really relax your legs? Yeah, no tension there. So when he lays down, you can see the toes splay out. So his hips are not super tight. Come on up, Johann. We're still debating. So we're gonna talk about the sumo deadlift, which we'll see later. Well, I guess I'll post this later. But this is gonna go in a wider stance and a more natural position, right? You don't have to go quite that toed out as he sets up on the bar. A little different than the conventional deadlift. So as he sets up, we can go a little wider. Just go a little wider, toes out a little more. And this is gonna set the hips up for a lot better success, especially if you have tight hips. He does not have very tight hips, but if you have tight hips, this could be a really good variation for how you're lifting. As he goes down, let's just see that setup position. One big thing I like about this is we're talking about the hinge position, flat back, right? Chest is there, head is lined up with the body, shins are pretty vertical. Let's see 1 or 2 reps. Good. And good. That one, you saw he kind of rushed off the ground and went a little bit around the knee, something we want to clean up a little bit. But I want to talk about 2 main things, right? Vertical shin and then the wedge piece. So let's actually change this tiny bit. So you're going to go 1-2 seconds to the knee. You don't have to pause. I want slow, gradual movement up. When you get to the knees, he's going to wedge. He's going to up, and then, yeah, without that pause, though. We want to get rid of that pause. So as he controls down, again, all that tension on the back side, that's what we're looking to do. That was really good. So, smooth bar on the way down. We still want to have a nice flat back. We're going to let him rest. That's fine. But yeah, slow to the knee, wedge, hips forward and ribs down. One more time. Coming on up. And then wedge. Yeah, that was good. And you see his head's down, his ribs are down. Let's go up one more time. And we're going to look at that top position. So again, slow. And then wedge, hips forward. Stay there for a second. So yeah, you don't have to go head so far down, but the ribs down, that for him, that head down is what allows the ribs to lock down. So show me that overextended. Can you do that with that 135? Can you overextend, like finish too much? So that's what, or the other way, extend over. Yeah, so that kind of stand all the way up, hips go forward, not the tension we're looking for. All right, so cool, relax there. So, oh, and we don't want to ever lower the bar with the rounded back. Even though it's only 135, that's all right. So I'm done rambling on this. How did that feel? Even with a few reps there, 135, where do you feel it working?
All in here.
All in the quads, on the front?
Quads, hamstrings.
Quads, hamstrings, yeah.
I don't feel like my lower back is loaded as much.
You don't feel like it's loaded as much as you do when you do conventional deadlifts?
Yes.
Gotcha. All right, so yeah, that's a general thing. I never want to see the low back loaded very much at all. So in general, we're gonna find ways to take the stress off of the low back so that you have long-term health. These are gonna help see if our hips can open up, vertical shins, and get more posterior to me. So we're gonna work on his technique. We're gonna work on your technique. See you guys in class.